In this video I will talk about my final team for game week 30. Now I'll start with the goalkeeper. Robin Roos is injured, so I have Dubravka from Burnley in my team as a goalkeeper for the match against Bournemouth at home. Luckily I have my second goalkeeper is playing. He played every match so far for Burnley, so Robin Roos is injured. It's not a total disaster. So I have another goalkeeper. Now in defense, I'm going to play now with 3 defenders this game week. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5, but I think 3 is enough now. I'm going to play with Gabriel from Arsenal against Everton at home. Matheus Nunes against West Ham United away. Nunes didn't play against Real Madrid, but surely he will start against West Ham United away. And at least he got a bit of a rest. And then Virgil van Dijk against Tottenham Hotspur at home. So 3 very good defenders from very good teams. But only 3 defenders. And I play with 4 midfielders. It's Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea against Newcastle United at home. Semenyo from Manchester City against West Ham United away. I'm not sure if he will start, but we will see. He played a lot of minutes lately, but maybe he will get a rest, I don't know. Now Declan Rice from Arsenal against Everton at home. And then Bruno Fernandes against Aston Villa at home. And Manchester United didn't play European football, so surely he will start. So I play with 4 midfielders, and then I'm also going to play with 3 forwards. And then I transferred Pedro in. I think I made a mistake a few weeks ago that I transferred Pedro out. I sold him for Thiago. There was a bit of a mistake, I think. But now I transferred Pedro back. And I have Thiago and Haaland. So I play now with 3 forwards. They are doing very, very well in the FPL, so it's not a problem. Playing with 3 forwards. There's no problem at all. But I transferred Mane out from Wolverhampton and Pedro in. And I think that's going to be, hopefully that will be the right decision. And what I also did was that I transferred Morgan Rogers out and I transferred Anton Stach in from Leeds United. Stach is a very, very cheap midfielder and he plays almost every minute. And he made sometimes 2 points, sometimes 4 points, sometimes a little bit more. But at least he starts every match. And I think for me that's very important for now. To have him on the bench, it's okay. And then also on the bench is Robin Roos, but he is injured. Chalobah from Chelsea against Newcastle United. And then Stach and also Cash, who is injured, who might start against Manchester United. But he has a bit of an injury, so he might not start against Manchester United. But he's only on the bench. It's not a total disaster. But I think it's quite rare for me to play with 3 forwards. But I think considering the form of Pedro, but also Thiago against Wolverhampton at home, it would be silly to get Thiago out, because they play against Wolverhampton at home. And Haaland, I have him as my vice-captain, because as a captain I have Bruno Fernandes. It might be that Haaland is not going to start against West Ham United, because of course they play Tuesday against Real Madrid. The biggest problem I have this game week is that so many teams are still involved in the European football. Look at Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool. So it might be that a lot of players get a bit of a rest. I think that's a little bit of a problem this game week, because the only player who doesn't play European football is Dubravka from Burnley, Thiago from Brentford and Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. These are the only 3 players who don't play European football next midweek. And it might be that some players get a bit of a rest. But what can I do? I already made some transfers. I got Rodgers out from Aston Villa. So I already made some transfers to try to cover that. But I think we all have that problem now. So because of that I made Bruno Fernandes captain against Aston Villa. Because I think that Haaland is not going to start against West Ham, or maybe only 10 or 20 minutes. Because I think Marmoush is a very good replacement. And Marmoush plays very well against Newcastle United, made 2 goals. I think he will start against West Ham United and Haaland on the bench. But he might make maybe 10 or 20 minutes. But Bruno Fernandes as a captain makes more sense to me. And Manchester United didn't play European football. There's no reason to give Bruno Fernandes a rest. But we will see. But it's a bit of a difficult game week. I think that the players will start, but I'm not 100% sure. But we will see. It will be very, very interesting. The only thing is that all the teams still have a lot to play for also in the league. Arsenal for the title, City for the title, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United want to qualify for Champions League. So they all have a lot to play for. So I don't think there's going to be too much rotation. I think every player will start, except Haaland, I think. But I'm not sure about it, but I think. So that was the end of the video. I talked about my final team for game week 30. The deadline is tomorrow at Saturday at, I think at 1:30. The next video will be next Tuesday morning. I will do a review of game week 30.